Hey, so again, what are some of those skills that we can do to become better listeners? These skills are great not just between parents and teachers, but they're great between parents and children, especially teenage children. They're great between parents, so one spouse to the next spouse. They're great in your workplace settings. So these skills aren't just unique to homeschool communication, but they're unique to all listeners and speakers. So everybody is a speaker and everybody is a listener. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher or a parent. You are, as a parent, you're a speaker to the teacher, but you're also a listener to the teacher. So you want to be listening to what the teacher is saying and understanding what's happening at school, because each of you have a unique knowledge of your child. One of you has a unique knowledge of your child in the home setting, and the other has a unique knowledge of your child in the school setting, and there's strengths and weaknesses in each of those settings. And so by listening, you're getting to hear and learn more about your child or your student in many environments. So, what skills reinforce the speaker? What skills help them to be a more effective communicator and you to be a more effective listener? One of those skills is eye contact. Now, you don't want to be drilling your eyes into them, but having that natural eye contact where you're looking at them. This is called an attending skill. And so, in your skills, you have what are attending skills, which show you're listening, and reflection skills, which say, I heard. Uh, so, in your attending skills, you want to make sure that you have good eye contact with the speaker. The next thing you want to do is make sure that your gestures communicate that you are open to receiving this information and you're open to hearing what they're saying. And so you want to have an open body posture. By having an open body posture, it says, I'm open to what you're saying. You want to have a relaxed body posture. And so if you're real tense or real uptight, it says, I'm defensive. I've got my defenses up. I don't want to hear what you're saying. But by sitting back and having a relaxed, open body posture, it says, I'm open to what you're saying. You want to be in an environment that says, this is a safe place to talk. So, teachers, I know this is really hard. You want to avoid those conversations in breezeways or in the homeschool pickup line. You want to set aside a time where you can have uninterrupted conversation. There's nothing worse than not right now, not right now, and then your child is excited about seeing you or excited about going home and they're constantly interrupting, and then you can't hear what's being said by the teacher. And so you want to make sure to have those conversations in an environment that's conducive to listening. It's okay to have silence. I think that's one of the most important things that they teach you when you're learning listening skills is it's okay just to sit and listen. It's okay not to have to say something. This allows the speaker to collect their thoughts, to think about what they're trying to say. It's a time to reflect. So it's okay to have that silence. Don't be afraid of it and allow the parent or the teacher to collect their thoughts and think, is there anything else I want to say? Okay. Acknowledge that you hear them. Okay. Nod your head. I gotcha. I hear you. I'm understanding what you're saying. Go on. Tell me more. Okay. So acknowledge that what you're hearing. Now, when you're reflecting, so those are all things that say, I'm listening. But reflection skills say, I heard, I understood. So they reinforce the speaker by saying, I understand, you are communicating, and I get it. Okay. So reflect the content. So what did the speaker say? So if I say, I am very frustrated because it seems like we're not making progress in math, and they're always coming home and they don't understand their math facts, and we're not making progress on their math screener. They were below average. Last year, they were below average on their end of year state tests. I don't feel like they're getting their math concepts, and I'm worried that they're going to fall behind if we don't address this. Well, in that, what is the parent saying? So how can you reflect the content? And so you just state back what they said to you. It's real complex. So you say, if I understand correctly, you're worried that your son is not making the progress that they should in math. Is that correct? And so by saying that, you're stating back and saying, I heard what you said, I processed it, and I'm stating it back to you. So you just restate what they said. And the listener will be like, yes, yes, yes. And then they'll tell you more. Okay. The next thing you want to do is reflect the feeling, and that has you really worried. So again, the parent told you they're worried, they're frustrated, they're upset. And you just want to say, oh, that really has you worried, doesn't it? You don't say it in a condescending way. So the way I just said it sounded a little condescending. It didn't sound natural, but that really worries you. And so you state it back so that you're reflecting the feeling that they have. And sometimes they'll say, no, I'm not worried, I'm frustrated. And you say, oh, okay. I gotcha. I hear you. You're frustrated. So again, you're just going to state that back. Some of the things that I'm saying in this lecture are coming across as more sarcastic. They're not meant to be sarcastic, but how can you reflect honestly and empathetically that feeling? Another thing that you can do is you reflect back the meaning. So you feel attacked when I call you and tell you that your child is constantly acting up in my classroom. And they may say, yes, I do. So you feel frustrated that every day you seem to hear something negative about your child. And so when you reflect the meaning, you say, you feel, if I hear you, you're feeling this way when I do this. Okay. Now, again, if we go back to that active listening, you're going to come up with a solution so that that doesn't continue to happen. But how can you do that? You want to, at the end, so if you continue to reflect feelings, content, and meaning, the speaker is going to go on and on and on and on and on because you continue to reinforce what they're saying. At some point in time, you've got to stop that and end the conversation because we don't have all day to have a session on everything that's concerning. And so what you want to do is you want to take a minute whenever you're ending the conversation, whenever you're running out of time, to summarize. And when you summarize, you're going to reflect using 1 or 3 sentences what the speaker has said. So you're going to say, if I understand correctly, you would like me, or you would like to come up with a solution for our math concerns because it really worries you that he might fall behind if we don't address this. And then you want to talk about what your next steps are. Okay, so things that you can do are, again, make sure that you're listening, your body posture is attending, and then make sure that you're reflecting back that content, the meaning, the feelings, and you summarize at the end.